What's going on, YouTube? It's Unger to the Max here. A salute to you. And as you can tell by the title, Super Bowl 53, New England Patriots versus Los Angeles Rams, is a tainted Super Bowl. So I want to talk about that. So to start things off, I want to talk about the three teams that I will never root for. And those three teams are, I'm only going to say this team, and there's a specific order. From number one is the team you will never get me to root for, no matter what. Two, I might be willing to root for them, but probably not. And three, if it's the right matchup, I'll root for them. Okay, so number three would be Dallas, because they think they're America's team, and we're America's team. Yeah. No, you're not. Shut up. Number two, the New England Patriots. First off, they cheat. Second of all, they win too much. And number one, because of how racist their team name is, and I'm only going to say this team's name once, and that's right now. The number one team that you will never get me to watch, or root for, I should say. I will watch their games, but I'll always root against them. The Washington Redskins. Actually, I'm that way with the New England Patriots. Pretty much I'm that way with all three. But out of everybody, the team I will never support under any circumstances is Washington. From now on, you're only going to hear me say Washington. I will not say their team name again, because that name is extremely racist, very derogatory, and even though I'm not Native American, I hate the name. It is total racial profiling. It is it makes me want to throw up. I can't believe the NFL hasn't stepped in and said, you need to change your team name Washington. I don't know if it's that the NFL is too soft or what, but if I was Roger Goodell, I would have stepped in and forced them to change their team name, because I will not put up with that. But for this video, I want to talk about New England. I do not like the Patriots at all. Number one, they cheat. Deflategate and Spygate. Do I need to say more? Seriously, do I need to say more? And they've been to the Super Bowl 4 out of the past 5 years. I believe now. Super Bowl 53 against the Rams. Super Bowl 52 against the Eagles. Super Bowl 51 against the Falcons. And Super Bowl 49 against the Seahawks. Enough is enough. First of all, you should not have won that game on Sunday against Kansas City. You got a couple lucky breaks, because I think the refs love you, New England. First of all, in my opinion, that ball did touch Julian Edelman. The refs just didn't see it for some reason. Number two, Chris Hogan did not make that catch. Number three, in what world is it roughing the passer when all the guy did was slap Tom Brady on the shoulder? Now, was Dee Ford offside on the potential game-ending interception? Yes, I get that, and the refs got it right on that. But those other three plays, the Edelman play, the Hogan play, and the roughing the passer play, all cost the Chiefs a chance at the Super Bowl. Also, Kansas City didn't even get a chance to respond in overtime. At least the Rams got a chance to respond in overtime against the Saints, which I'll get to that game in a minute. But honestly, sometimes I wonder if the NFL if the referees were showing favoritism towards the Patriots because of what Tom Brady has accomplished. I seriously wonder that sometimes. I'm not trying to make this video like about focusing squarely on hating on the Patriots. I'm not doing that. But it's gotten a little ridiculous, honestly. I mean, is Tom Brady the GOAT? I have to admit, yes. I mean, I've been trying to say for a few weeks, maybe even a month, that Drew Brees is the GOAT. But, you know, when Brady and Belichick are going to their 9th Super Bowl and potentially their last, depends on if Brady retires or if Belichick retires, which I've heard rumors that, this will be the final curtain call for one of them. I'm not sure who, so don't quote me, but I've heard rumors that this will be their last run for one of them. I don't know who. So that's all I know. But let me just say that again, I'm not trying to hate specifically on the Patriots, but come on, give other teams a chance. And I gotta say this. Congratulations, NFL. You got the Super Bowl you wanted. I mean, as much as Brady against Brees would have been a great Super Bowl, and that would have created many storylines about who's better, Brady or Brees. And if Brees had beaten Brady, would that put him back in the discussion as being the GOAT and all that? But the NFL wanted LA because they knew LA against Boston would bring in more of this money, because we just had that in the World Series between the Red Sox and the Dodgers, in which the Red Sox won that series in 5 games. And the NFL wanted 2 big cities. I believe that. Seriously, I do. Hold on. So, I don't know what to say. I really don't. I really don't. This Super Bowl is tainted, and it's not just because of the missed pass interference call in the Rams Saints NFC Championship game. There were other calls that were missed. Don't get me wrong. The biggest missed call was the pass interference. Don't get me wrong there. I get that. That was the biggest missed call of the game. And I would say it was the deciding missed call. But there were other missed opportunities and calls. Like on the Rams' previous possession before that, I believe it was, the refs missed a face mask call on Jared Goff. A missed opportunity was when the Saints got the interception deep in Rams territory and they had to settle for a field goal. That was a big missed opportunity. So was the pass interference the biggest deciding factor in the game? Yes. But was it the thing that decided the game? I'm going to say, how do I go about saying this? Not fully. Because again, the Saints got an interception on the Rams' second possession of the game, I believe it was. And they had it deep in Rams territory, already in the red zone, and couldn't do anything with it. They ended up having to settle for a field goal. So that was one of the biggest deciding factors in the game, I believe. But, I mean, what can I say? This Super Bowl is tainted. Like, You had missed calls in both games because if you look at the camera angles, the ball did hit Julian Edelman, not just on one of his thumbs, but I also believe it hit him on the elbow. Second play, Chris Hogan, he did not maintain control of that ball. He dropped it, so that should have been ruled an incomplete pass. And then third, the Kansas City defender did not rough Tom Brady. All he did was hit him in the shoulder. That's never been called. That's almost never called as roughing the passer. Almost never. So in one of the biggest games of the year, actually, I would say the biggest game of the year to this point before the Super Bowl. Well, in the game that decides who goes to the Super Bowl, you can't just give a call. You can't just. I'm trying to think of how to say this. You can't just hand the Patriots. Hold on. You can't just hand. Hold on.
And the Cavaliers by 3. Kyrie hit the biggest shot.
There we go. Sorry about that. But you can't just give a team a victory. I mean, that roughing the passer penalty allowed the Patriots drive to keep going, and they would go on to score. Now, I would also say another reason the Chiefs lost that game was their defense. And they just fired their defensive coordinator, which they should have done maybe a few years ago because their defense couldn't get off the field. They had the Patriots at 3rd down and 10 constantly go late into the game. What happened? Brady to Edelman for 20. Brady to Edelman for 15. Brady to Gronk for 12 or so. But I want to say it was just about 2 minutes left in the game. Kansas City, I think it was Mahomes passed it to, I want to say it was Sammy Watkins. And Watkins goes in to score. And I was saying to my family who were watching that the Chiefs had scored too quickly. They did not agree. And here's my reasoning for it. My reasoning for it is, yes, you want to score. I get that. You want to score a touchdown. No doubt about it. But at the same time, you also want to manage the clock. I mean, you have arguably the greatest of all time on the other sideline in Tom Brady. You don't want to give him too much time. I mean, go back and look at Super Bowl 46 at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis between when it was Patriots against Giants round 2. Now, the Giants were kind of gift-wrapped that Super Bowl when Wes Welker was wide open and the ball just went off his hands and on the ground. But what also happened with that was it was late in the game. Giants handed off to Ahmad Bradshaw close to the goal line, and the Patriots just kind of said, here, go ahead and score. That's pretty much what they were saying. New England was telling the Giants, go ahead and score. And Eli wanted to say to Ahmad Bradshaw, hey, don't score. But he ended up deciding not to do that in case Bradshaw didn't hear him and thought he said something else, like he was changing the play or something like that. So he decided not to say anything. So Eli hands it off to Ahmad Bradshaw, and you could tell right away Bradshaw is not trying to score. He's trying to sit down close to the end zone, but not in the end zone, so that the clock can keep running. Well, because he's so close to the end zone, he falls into the end zone and scores a touchdown. And you could tell on the Giants sideline, they didn't know whether to celebrate or be like, they were a little hesitant about it. And rightfully so, because they didn't really want to score. They wanted to force New England to use a timeout and, you know, keep the clock running. But they scored and they would go on to win the Super Bowl. So they're 2-0 against New England. So, and what jerseys were the Giants wearing in that Super Bowl? They're away whites. How many? I'm trying to think. The Eagles were wearing their home green jerseys and they won, so that doesn't count. New England was wearing their away jerseys, so that's one. Denver was wearing their away jerseys in Super Bowl 50 and they won, so that's two. New England was wearing their away jerseys in Super Bowl 49, so that's 3 times. Seattle was wearing their away jerseys in Super Bowl 48, and they crushed the Broncos, so that's 4. Actually, let me write this down. I want to write this out on Microsoft Word as I'm talking this out. Let's see. Eagles home jerseys. Patriots away jerseys. Broncos away jerseys. Patriots again away jerseys. Seahawks away jerseys. Ravens away jerseys. Giants away jerseys. Packers home jerseys. That's when Green Bay went on that incredible run in 2010 and won the Super Bowl. As the last wild card, they had to go on the road to Philadelphia, Atlanta, Chicago, and then they beat Pittsburgh at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. So hang on. Okay, so Packers home jerseys, Saints away jersey, away jerseys, Steelers away jerseys, Giants away jerseys, Colts away jerseys, Steelers away jerseys. Super Bowl 39 was, I believe it was Eagles Patriots. Super Bowl 39. Yes. Super Bowl 39. Patriots away jerseys. Super Bowl 38, I believe that was Patriots Panthers. Patriots home jerseys. Super Bowl 37. Super Bowl 37. Buccaneers home jerseys. Super Bowl 36. Super Bowl 36, Patriots, home jerseys. So I'm going to stop at Super Bowl 36, but you get my idea. So more often, the team wearing the away jersey has won the Super Bowl. And this year, the Patriots will be wearing the away jersey because the NFC is the designated home team, and the Rams announced on Twitter that they will be wearing their throwback blue and yellow jerseys. So we'll see how that goes. And of course, the last time the Patriots were in their away jerseys was last year in Super Bowl 52, and they lost. And here's another thing about Super Bowl 52. It was a rematch of Super Bowl 39. And in Super Bowl 39, the Patriots beat the Eagles 24-21. Well, in Super Bowl 52, it was 41-33 Eagles. And in Super Bowl 36, the Patriots beat the Rams. Well, Super Bowl 53 is a rematch of that. So I think that favors the Rams personally. Jared Goff doesn't know doesn't remember that Super Bowl. Todd Gurley doesn't remember that Super Bowl. Brandon Cooks doesn't remember that Super Bowl. Robert Woods wasn't playing in that Super Bowl, and Ndamukong Suh wasn't in that Super Bowl. Mark Andrews wasn't in that Super Bowl. You get my idea. So, I mean, some of the young, inexperienced teams have gone on to win Super Bowls. Like Seattle, when they won, not very few of their guys had Super Bowl experience. What happened? They went on to dominate the Broncos 43-8 in the Super Bowl. The Eagles, not many of their guys had been in the Super Bowl before. They won. The Falcons, they made it to the Super Bowl and should have won if they actually knew how to finish and not choke and go, because that's what happened. They choked. And Tom Brady is like, okay, 28-3. I don't care. I'm still going to come back and win anyway. That's what he did. So, yeah. But this Super Bowl is tainted. Simple as that. Not just because of the missed pass interference play in the NFC Championship, but because of the other plays that I mentioned in the AFC Championship. You had the Julian Edelman play, the Chris Hogan play, the stupid roughing the passer play. So that's going to do it for this video. Hope you liked it. And until next time, this is Unger to the Max signing off with a salute.